Hey everyone, as I am editing this, I got an email saying this was from the Discovery channel, and they said that I no longer can use Discovery. So unfortunately, this will be the last episode of Discovery ever. Next week, we are rebranding a brand new show, Unearthed. That's right, very disappointed. Had to change the Discovery name. It's basically going to be the same thing, metal reviews, but yeah, I'm pretty disappointed. So enjoy the last episode of Discovery forever. This will be in the archives. We're starting a brand new show next week. So yeah, I'm pretty disappointed, but let's bring on Unearthed. Welcome to Discovery! Roll the intro, please. Hordes of fallen masters, echoes in the deep. Chaos, blood and fury, destruction unleashed. Fire back, no mercy, oblivion awaits. Discovery, 2325 awaits. Welcome back to Discovery. This week we've got a big one, 7 albums to get through, ranging from the absolute brutal to the completely unexpected. A mix of the underground, the extreme, and a few surprises along the way, also heading towards the mainstream. Before I start, pop your favorite discoveries below, and let's begin. Alright, we're kicking this week off with something brutal. First up is Hedonist with their new album, yeah. Out now, Southern Lord Records, released August 1st. And honestly, this thing is pure chaos. It's got that raw primal production that makes everything sound like it's bleeding through a blown out speaker in a concrete bunker. And I mean that in the best way possible. Right from the opener, execution will, you know you're in for something fucking nasty. The riffs are just infectious, but not in a polished or melodic way. They're gritty, they grind, they pummel. The songwriting's actually impressive too. There's structure here beneath that filth. It's brutal, but it's not just noise for the sake of it. War metal vibes, but way more hooky. Heresy is where it gets even filthier. The vocals are low in the mix, which gives space for that percussion to shine, and the drums are thunderous on this one. Absolutely fucking crushing. And the vocal delivery, just madness, gurgling, snarling, full-on vocal possession. It's wild. Then you got songs like The Barbarian comes in and it's more or less of riffs first beat down. Barely any vocal presence, feels almost instrumental, but it works. There's something about the way those riffs stomp, the solos ripping in and out, that makes this one a total fucking headbanger. It's ugly, but it's fun. The title track, yeah, I can't pronounce it. Easily one of the highlights. Starts with this slow, brooding, almost nightmare fuel intro, then just builds into this horrific wall of noise. The vocals here are terrifying, like not even human. You don't just hear it, you get dragged through it. It's the most atmospheric track on the album, but still heavy as fuck. Now, I'll be real, it loses a little bit of momentum after that. Engines of War and Cremator don't do much for me. They're fine, just kind of by the numbers. Engines has a weight, but nothing memorable, and Cremator feels like it's trying to do the moody Death Doom thing, but doesn't really land. It's just kind of, yeah, there, bit of a dip. Thankfully, you got songs like Profanation brings things back. The energy returns, the grooves are fucking sharp, and the vocals actually feel like they're being pulled forward again. It's a strong track, and you can tell they're getting their grit back. And then we hit the closer, Hidden Corpse, and that's how you end a record, folks. It's got that fun, stomping energy, riffs that just hit the sweet spot, and this real live show feel to it. It's not trying to reinvent the wheel, it's just pure death metal carnage and a total headbang machine. Great way to close things off. Overall, this album is a really solid slab of death metal filth. When Hedonists are locked in, they're tight, heavy, and catchy in the most disgusting fucking way, but there are definitely a couple of tracks that feel like filler, and that holds it back a little bit. Still, there's enough meat on the bone here to keep you coming back. I'm giving this one a 75% solid release. Not flawless, but when it works, it fucking works, and it really rips your asshole apart. Alright, next we're diving into something way more depressive. This is the Swedish band Vanskapth with their album En för evigt döende vilja, which roughly means an eternally or dying will. And yeah, the title says it all, released August 1st independently. This one's a raw DSBM album, filled with misery, howls in that cold, distant atmosphere. It opens with, track 1, which is more of an ambient piece at first, then drops into these agonizing screams and doomy crushing tones. It's unpredictable, I'll give it that, but honestly, I didn't fully connect with it. It set the tone well, but didn't quite hit me emotionally. The second song, Euphorus Sorg, is where things really get going. It's way faster with pummeling drums and that classic DSBM sound, bleak as hell, and there's this evil twisted energy underneath it that I really like. Track 3, Du finns inom mich, is a punishing one. The chord progressions are super depressing, and the guitars are raw as hell. Like, everything on this album is fucking raw, but here it actually lands well. It's heavily emotionally and sonically, and it definitely stood out for me. Then we get to Lidande Reflexion, which starts off kind of oddly hopeful, just slightly, but it doesn't last. The song darkens fast and the vocals get way deeper and more intense. Total black metal breakdown energy halfway through. That switch made the track one of the more dynamic moments for sure. And then got songs like Inholog, follows that, and it's a much more softer, more ambient piece. It's the calm before the fucking storm, somber, stripped back, a little haunting. Not a standout on its own, but it worked well as a breather. Then we get songs like Der finns inget hopp, and yeah, there's no hope. It's a decent track, but I gotta say the drums on this one literally sound like saucepans, no joke, like someone banging on a pot with a stick. It's that raw. Some people love it, some people will hate it. I thought it was fine overall, but the production really shows its cracks here. The closer, Todot Desort Mocha, is actually a strong way to finish. It's a slow burner with a really dark, infectious melody, nothing fancy, but it sticks. It's got a solid emotional pull and ends the album on a kind of a grim, steady note, yet what's something this bleak. Overall, this album's good, but it's not great. It does what DSBM's meant to do. It's cold, raw, and miserable, but it's missing that deeper substance, that's something that makes a depressive black metal record truly stand the test of time. It didn't haunt me, it didn't ruin my day, and in this genre, that's almost a bad thing. Still definitely worth checking out if you're into that really raw underground vibe. Just don't expect it to blow your fucking mind. My score is gonna be 65%. Let's move on. Third album this week, and we're stepping into some grand blackened chaos. This is Khaotus with their album Chaomorphosis, released July 9th independently. And yeah, if you're into bands like Hate or even Behemoth, you're going to feel right at home here. It's got that ritualistic, commanding presence and a real balance between like brutality and grandeur. You can tell they're going for that monolithic, bigger than life sound from the first note. The opener, Scorch, is an absolute blaster, monstrous death growls, thundering blast beats, and a really tight blend of blackened atmosphere and death metal precision. It's layered, it's commanding, and it just scorches everything in sight. Perfect way to set the tone and to kick off the album. We got songs like Husk No More, which keeps the aggression up, with thunderous blast beats and intricate guitar work. It's a solid follow-up, but not as memorable as that opener. Still no filler here, just not quite as scorching. Then you got songs like Here Where They Now Stand is where things really click. But this track's got that behemoth level presence and even reminded me of songs like Chant of Eschaton 2000 with those sinister guitar melodies. The vocals here are massive, deep, commanding growls, and the drums are absolutely crushing. Plus the songwriting is quite unpredictable, which keeps you on your toes. Easily one of my favorites on the record. Expunging the Ashes is fine, it's heavy, but the songwriting feels a little bit generic on this. Doesn't really have a standout moment, especially compared to the rest of the album. But then the closer, the petrichor of what once was, holy shit. 11 minutes of epic, savage, blackened death metal. You got thunderous drums, these big sweeping sections, moments of pure unrelenting brutality, and those grand melodic passages that just feel massive. It's them really showing their musical flair, and it's a perfect way to end this album. The overall Khaotus is a solid black and death metal album that sits right alongside the big names in the style. It's got huge moments, a strong opener, a brilliant fucking close, and just a couple middle tracks that didn't quite stick with me. Still, if you like a black and death epic, I'm scoring this a 75%. It's punishing as well. You're going to enjoy this, so definitely check it out. The fourth album this week, and we're jumping into something a little different. Babymetal are back with a brand new record, Metal Fourth, released August 8th through Capitol Records. And right away, the first thing you notice looking at the track list is how many fucking bloody collabs there are on here. Poppy, Electric Callboy, Slaughter's Prevail, Bloody Wood, Polyphia, Spirit Box, and Tom Morello. It's like they invited half the metal scene to the studio. We kick things off with From Me to You, featuring Poppy, and honestly this feels more like a Poppy song than a Babymetal one. Her cleans are strong, her screams hit hard, and she owns a spotlight here. Not a bad opener, but if you wanted like Sue Metal to front and and to be front and center from the start, you're not quite getting that here. Then we get Rat-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta and Electric Callboy, and this one's a blast. I've seen both bands play this live at their own shows, and it always hits fucking hard. Big riffs, ridiculous sims, pure fun from start to finish. One of the high points of the album. Track 3 comes straight from Slaughter Prevail's new album, Grizzly. At first, it's a bit of a weird fit. Alex Terrible's gutturals crashing into Babymetal's sugary hooks, but the more you listen, the more it grows on you. Itchy, itchy, itch. Heavy, absurd, and fun in a what the hell am I hearing, by the way. They got songs like Con Con with Bloody Wood is up next, and it's a great culture clash. Babymetal's playful vocals meet Bloody Wood's heavy grooves and folk metal influences. The rap sections are okay, but overall it's just a really fun track with great energy. Then we finally get a non-collab, Kawaii. And yeah, it's one of the weakest songs here, heavy on electronics. The Kami band do get some cool riffs in, but it's repetitive and feels more like an experiment than a solid album track. And then you got songs like Sunset Kiss with Polyphia brings the mood back up. Now, I was listening to this bed. I was listening to it in bed, and honestly, I felt like I was sitting on a beach with a cocktail while shredding. Well, the shredding is happening around you. Babymetal's vocals are bright and catchy, and Polyphia's guitar work is brilliant without being showy. And then there's my queen with Spirit Box. The first half drags, I won't lie, but the bridge hits with suddenly Courtney LaPlante's harsh vocals and a crushing breakdown that pull the whole thing together. Slow start but strong finish. Songs like Algorithm is another Babymetal only track, and it's solid, very power metal in vibe, even with some calming band growls thrown in. Proof they can still deliver without a guest list. Second to last is Metal with Tom Morello, which is weird. Morello's signature guitar style is there, but it feels more like a quick feature than a fully integrated part of the song. Fun, but not my favorite. And the closer, White Flame, is fantastic. Just Babymetal again, bringing back that kawaii metal charm from the earlier days, blended with power metal energy and a huge uplifting chorus, bright, catchy, and the perfect send-off. Overall, Metal 4th is all over the place in style, but that's part of the fun. The collabs hit fucking hard, and they do hit and miss sometimes. But when they work like Electric Callboy, Polyphia, and even the Bloodywood track, they really work. There's enough here to keep it exciting from start to finish, even if a couple songs could have been left on the cutting room floor. I'm scoring it a 70%, so check it out. Next up on Discovery, we have Hammer King and the new album Make Metal Raw Again, out August 15 from Reaper Entertainment. This is Hammer King going full tilt into their own brand of regal battle ready power metal. It's 11 tracks on this album with a bonus cover of Danger Zone. It opens with King for a Day, a festival-sized anthem that comes roaring out of the gate with galloping riffs and a chorus you can battle along with after one listen. The title track follows as the album's statement piece, a rallying cry with huge guitars and a drum beat that feels like it's marching an army forward. Schlaf Kaiser Schlaf pulls things back into like a dramatic, almost lullaby-like moment, weaving in the storytelling sign before Hammerschlacht comes crashing in a heavy German language banger that stomps hard. I'm actually pretty sure they've already done that song on another album. So Kneel Before the Throne brings a darker, heavier edge that demands attention. Major Domus eases the pace slightly, so Hell Awaits the King sharpens the tone again, giving us one of the album's most ominous and commanding tracks, and The Last Kingdom closes the main set like the final march of a saga, big, sweeping, and triumphant. It's also the first album with Count Shandorian on drums, and he's playing locks the whole thing together with military precision and a ton of energy. Make Metal Raw Again has plenty of strong moments, but a few tracks don't quite hit as hard as the rest. I'm scoring it a 70%. This one is good. Next on the Discovery, we've got Lord of the Lost with Opus Noir Volume 1. This is the first part of a planned trilogy, and instead of going for instant radio ready hooks like they did on Judas, they've gone deeper into atmosphere, drama, and experimentation. It's a much moodier record, sometimes hypnotic, sometimes a little indulgent, but always unmistakably theirs. It opens with Bizarre Bizarre, and this is a brave opener, 6 minutes of pounding, almost tribal drums, eerie synths, and surreal imagery. It's immersive, but if you're waiting for that big punchy chorus right out of the gate, you're going to have to be patient. My Sanctuary gives you more structure. It was a steady, stomping beat with verses that simmer and a chorus that finally lets some light through. Light can only shine in the darkness is one of the album's absolute peaks. Beautifully layered vocals, a hook you remember, and a build that pays off. And then we get into Moonstruck, which is pure gothic theater, operatic, eerie, dripping with drama. I liked it, but it's definitely a love it or skip it track. Damage hits hard with industrial stomp and driving bass. It's one of those songs that makes you nod along without thinking. In the second half, Ghost is haunting and gorgeous with strings that wrap the whole thing in this whole beauty, and Lords of Fire changes the mood completely. Cheeky, very cheeky, bouncy, made for the stage. But this is also where the pacing dips. The sadness is everything. It's fragile and fucking emotional, but it slows things down to a crawl. And the closer, Dreams Are Never Alone, ends the album in this quiet, reflective way that fits the mood but doesn't quite leave you on a high. The positives, it's ambitious, layered, and full of creative risks. It's not as good as Judas, to be honest. You can tell they're building a world here. When the songs land, they really land. And the negatives, not every experiment works. The pacing can feel lopsided and some tracks drift a bit too long without enough payoff. For me, Opus Noir Volume 1 is a fascinating listen, but it's not as instantly gripping as Judas, like I said. Still, it's packed with moments worth coming back to, and when it clicks, it's magical, to be honest. I'm giving it around 75%, so go check it out. And now, our main event for this week's discovery is Blackbraid and their brand new album Blackbraid 3, released August 8th independently. This is one of the most anticipated black metal releases of the year, and for good reason. Now, Blackbraid have built a reputation for crafting black metal that feels both timeless and modern, rich in melody, ferocious in delivery, and full of atmosphere. Spoiler alert, I'm not a big fan of Blackbraid. The question is, did they deliver? For me, short answer, fuck yes. This is a brilliant album. It's not perfect. There are a couple moments where the pacing stumbles, but when it's good, it's very good. Now, the album wastes no time setting the tone. Got songs like War Drums at Dawn on the Day of My Death bursts open with that satisfying fucking black metal tremolo sound, sharp and relentless, but underneath it is this melodic undercurrent that instantly elevates it. It's one of those rare black metal openers that isn't just a wall of noise, it's crafted with each layer fucking pulling you deeper in. Do you feel the weight of the drums like distant thunder, the riffs slicing through the air, and already you know this isn't going to be a record that hides behind lo-fi murk. Now the production is clean, but still fucking raw enough to keep its bite. That momentum carries straight into the dying breath of a sacred stag, which builds on what the opener started but dials up the intensity. Now the tremolo riffs are still front and center. Here, they're even more melodic, weaving through the blast beats with purpose. The vocals are raw and commanding, dripping with conviction. It's got that urge-driving feel, the sort of track that makes you want to push forward no matter what's fucking ahead. Then the pace shifts. The Earth is Weeping arrives the first instrumental. On paper, it's peaceful. Bird song, soft guitar, but there's something off, something unsettling in the atmosphere. It's a calm before the storm, but you can't quite fucking relax because you know something's about to hit. And it does. God of Black Blood crashes in like a black wave. The intro alone is incredible. Deep, abyssal growls that morph into piercing fucking screams, dragging you straight into a riff that could have come out of the early 90s second wave. Dripping in darkness. There's melody, but it's not pretty. It's cold, it's sharp, and it's fucking dangerous. This is Blackbraid showing they can go full evil without losing their sense of structure. Tears of Dawn doesn't let you catch your breath. It's like a fast, aggressive, and ripper. And absolute ripper that channels pure black and adrenaline. The drumming is relentless, the riffs are sharpened to a blade's edge, and yet, like the best tracks on this record, there's still an atmosphere here. You can hear the space between the notes, the way the guitars ring out before the next flurry. It's black metal that knows when to give you a moment to breathe without losing momentum. Another instrumental follows, and this one is a contrast to the earlier Earth is Weeping. It's soothing, almost cleansing, like stepping out of the storm for a moment. The placement here works perfectly. It's not filler, it's a reset. It's a reset, a chance for your ears to fucking recover before the album's final push, and that push comes with "And He Became the Burning Stars." For me, the crown jewel of this record. From the opening riff, it's clear you're in for something special. The guitars are powerful but intricate. The drums hit with authority, and the vocals are delivered with absolute confidence. The songwriting here is exceptional. Every section feels deliberate. It's fucking satisfying to listen to. Each transition flows naturally, and the way the melodies intertwined with the aggression gives it a grandeur that's rare in black metal nowadays. This is the track that feels like the album's emotional peak, and honestly, it sounds like a closer. It has that sense of finality, that feeling that the journey's complete, but instead, the album ends with Fleshbound. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a good fucking song. It's fast, emotional, and the blackened cries here cut deep. There's a passion and intensity in every fucking moment, but as the closer, it feels like it slightly drags that momentum that Burning Stars built. On its own, it works. In the album flow, I think it would have been better placed earlier, leaving Burning Stars to deliver that knockout punch at the end. Even with that slight pacing hiccup, Blackbraid 3 is a fantastic record, no doubt about it. It's the sound of a band confident in their identity, unafraid to balance raw black metal fury with rich, memorable melodies. The fucking elitists will hate it. The production is exactly where it needs to be, clear enough to let every detail shine, but still carrying that grit that keeps it authentic. The highs here, War Drums, God of Black Blood, Burning Stars are towering, and even the weaker moments are far from bad. This is a modern black metal album done right. I'm scoring it an 85%. A brilliant album with just a couple micro bumps, keeping it from being an instant classic, but definitely go check it out. And that's all the 7 albums for this week's Discovery. Some absolute standouts, some surprises, and a couple that didn't quite land. But that's what makes this fun. That's what makes Discovery fun. Same time next week, we'll dig into another batch of new releases and see what rises to the top. Let me know what albums stood out. It's been fun, and I'll see you in the next one.